Hi guys, it's Abby and welcome back to She's So Tech. Today's video is going to be a journal with me video. My plan is to journal every week this year. I'm a few weeks late in jumping on the journal train, but it's fine. I decided to catch up. I've been gathering pictures and things anyway, so it was a perfect opportunity for me to sit down this morning and just start journaling each week. So I filmed all 3 weeks of January today. After that, I'm going to be uploading weekly my journal spreads, and I'm going to be releasing my journal spread for free for you guys to download if you guys want to use my base spread that I use before I actually journal on it. So that will be available and I'll link it down below if you guys want it. So we're going back to the first week of January and we're going to create a pink themed spread. Let's get into it. Happy January. So it is 7 a.m. and the sun has not risen yet, which is why it's kind of dark, but you'll see the sun kind of slowly rise as I create this journal spread. So my theme behind today was just pink, very girly, but also, I don't know, I wanted to pull in some vintage elements. So you'll see me just kind of find a bunch of different like floral things from Pinterest and a lot of just really cool pink themed items that I have in my camera roll. I did do a deep dive through Pinterest before I started this, so I had a list of different things that I wanted to include. But my goal behind creating this planner like this is so that each little square or each little rectangle has its own look and feel, but then together everything feels really cohesive and nice. And I think this is a really fun way to journal and document things that are happening, because even if you don't really have anything to say or much to say about what happened on that specific day, you can still just put a photo in that box. And that's what makes it feel just like so much more fun. And another reason why I just decided to design the planner this way instead of purchasing someone's planner from Pinterest or, you know, using someone else's planner. I feel like this is the most unique way for me to be creative and just have something that represents my style, my creativity. And it's also so much fun to journal this way. So what I've been planning to do is actually, I'm going to be planning every single week for the entire year. I'm going to try and stick to it, and by posting these videos I'm hoping that it will keep me accountable. But what I'm actually planning to do is also keep a physical journal. So I want to print these planner pages and put them into a physical journal, and I actually just purchased my journal from Amazon. I had a bunch of different suggestions from people and websites and things, and I wanted a journal that had a lot of pages and all the pages were really thick. So the number one book that was recommended to me is a company on Amazon, and I'm going to link it down below, but the pages are 180 GSM, which is so thick. And I ordered it immediately and it arrived today, and I haven't opened it yet or looked at it. I want to unbox it, but I wanted to get these videos out first, and I want to film unboxing it so we can all get like that first experience together. But what I'm planning to do is take every single one of these weekly planner pages and all of my additional inserted pages, like my self-love journal that we did in the last video, and my other pages that will be like scrapbook pages or just kind of like single day pages. So in this video I'm also going to do like a single scrapbook page because it was my mom's birthday and I just have some like pictures and things that I want to share. So I'm creating a individual page spread for that. So I want to print those collectively and put them into a physical journal, and then also add any like additional things that I have physically, like receipts or like little mementos. And I feel like that's going to really bring my journal and planner and memories to life for the future. So yeah, that's my plan behind this entire series. It's going to be a lot, 52 weeks in the year, so it's going to be a lot of journaling, but I'm so excited to have at the end of the year a nice thick journal with all of these memories and all of this content documented and all of the information that's in my brain of like what actually happened on those days, just like written in that planner. And I think it's just going to be a really, really fun thing that we can do together, and also something that, you know, I can keep and pass down in the future if future grandchildren or something want to see my like things that happened in 2025. They can go ahead and look through this massive journal. So another reason why I wanted to start journaling is because I feel like we're so much in the digital age now that we don't really take time to have things that are physical. We don't print pictures anymore. We just keep them all on our phone and have an endless cloud of just a million things. And I think journaling is such an amazing creative hobby to have. It gives you a way to reflect. It gives you a way to express yourself. And so even if you do like doing things digitally like I do, and you like doing things physically, then I feel like this is the perfect way to express yourself. You can include photos, you can include memories by like just writing about it. You can be creative digitally and then print it and have it in a physical journal. And that is my goal and plan for the year. So again, like I said, I'm super, super excited to be creating physical planner / journal and also creating a digital journal. So just to quickly talk about what this page is turning into, as you can see, each page has its own theme. Sorry, not each page, each individual box has its own theme. And I've been pulling different like washi tapes and things that I found on Pinterest. And I wanted them all to feel unique but also feel cohesive. So I have this one color that I've been color dropping and dropping into everything so that they all feel similar. And that's what makes it like so much more fun. I've incorporated sticky notes and places for you to write down your like thoughts and ideas. So there are lots of like blank spots, as well as like actual dedicated sticky note sections for you to write. And I had them kind of overlap as well, so it just feels a little bit more realistic. And yeah, I just thought this was going to be a really cool way to start off the year. I will be releasing this page as a template, obviously not with my photo in the camera box, but it will have the camera box empty so you guys can put your own photo. And that was a photo that I just took, I believe it was on the 2nd of January, and I just thought it was a really fun way to kind of start off the year with something that included me. I wanted it to just be like, this is my first page of my journal, this is me. Well, actually in my physical journal I'm gonna have a like photo that represents me too, but for the first week of January, I also wanted to include just a photo of me. This is my journal, my new start, my new way of being creative compared to other years. So I'm a big fan of this layout style, and every week I'm going to be doing a different color theme. So this week is pink, next week it might be green or blue or purple, and that's also another way to kind of like keep the creativity really fun. And I love working in Procreate. I think that Procreate is the most creative app out there. It's like endless possibilities with what you can kind of do with it. Obviously it's definitely not as good as using a professional tool like Photoshop, which obviously I prefer to do on my MacBook, but when I'm on my iPad, using Procreate is just so easy, and I can just drop things from Pinterest, drop things from my camera roll, move it around, and I'm just so used to using it now. I just use it for everything. So I felt like creating the base in Procreate was like the perfect way to get us set up and ready for GoodNotes. So we're done, and now we're in GoodNotes. This is just some other planner spreads that I'd made for January, and this is how it looks inside of our calendar. I'm gonna start off this journaling process by highlighting January because we are in January. I'm adding in my numbers. So if you guys didn't know already, I did create this planner as a blank template that is available directly through the video I posted back in December and is on my website. So if you guys didn't want to take the entire spread that I created today, but you still really like this layout, it is my free layout template available on abbycreatestudio.com, so you can download it directly from there. So I actually made a font of my handwriting just because when I want to like do a long spiel of like just ranting or just talking for a long time, I want to be able to fit everything that I want to say in the box, and sometimes I can be writing and realize, oh my god, I run out of space. So I feel like typing but in my handwriting is the best solution when I have long paragraphs that I want to say. And some days are long paragraph worthy. Some days are just like, oh, today was great, I had a couple things happen and now I'm chilling. But some days are like, oh my god, this happened, this person did this, it was absolutely insane, I had 1,000 videos that I needed to edit, I had so much on my plate at work that was just driving me insane. Like I can just like rant and rant and rant. So there are gonna be days like that where I am filling out my planner and I'm just like going on a rant, but I feel like that's good because I can look back on that and be like, dang, January 5th was a real crazy day for me. Like I was really stressed because work was insane, and hopefully when I'm looking back at it, I'm like, thank god I'm not in that mental space right now like I was back then. So that is the goal anyway, to make this year a better year than the last, make all of the issues and problems that I had in 2024 be less of a problem in 2025 or eliminated in 2025. Obviously not all problems can be eliminated because realistically the world is not at peace. So all problems will never be eliminated, but for the most part we can still have a really good year for ourselves. We can do the best that we can do to make the most of everything that we have and everything that we can do in life. So I'm excited about creating a great 2025. I'm excited about planning. I'm excited about just expressing myself creatively over and over in whatever way that I can, whether it's drawing, whether it's illustration, whether it's, you know, just being myself, whether it's just me talking. So I know this is totally off base, but it's a couple of things that I wanted to do this year was start a podcast and start a new brand. Like there's so many things that I've had on my previous year's to-do list or / vision boards that I never actually made happen, but this year I'm going to make it happen. So like in 2024 I had a vision board that had a lot of stuff saying I'm gonna be creative, I'm gonna just revamp my YouTube channels, I'm gonna, you know, create content, and I didn't start creating content until November. So the entire year, 11 months out of the year, or okay, maybe 10 months out of the year, I didn't do anything on my vision board that I set out to do, and I just felt like it was kind of a waste. But then when November hit, for some reason my brain was like, I'm gonna do everything on my vision board and I'm gonna start creating. And then I just created 2 new channels, this one and the other one, and I just went ham. I just been creating nonstop and I've been consistent with it so far. And I'm just like, so many things in my brain that I want to get out, so many things that I want to do to just express myself, and I have to do it. Like it's just so much going on in my brain. So it's kind of crazy that I waited the entire year to start being creative, despite me putting it on my vision board back in December of 2023 for 2024. So yeah, that's insane. But we made it happen. We at least started. So that was the most important thing. And now I'm so glad I did. I have all of you amazing people on my channel that are helping support me. So this was, as you can see, like right there, I was posting a picture, and that was for my other channel, which is called Abby's Digital Nook, which hit 300 subscribers on January 1st, which was so crazy to me because the channel was literally 1 month and 1 week old. So I was like, wow, this is growing so fast. And in comparison to this channel, which is also growing quite quickly in my opinion, but that one's growing much faster. And so I'm kind of torn sometimes between making content between that one and this one, because I want to just go all out and just put all my effort into that one because it's growing so much faster. But then I'm like, no, Abby, you committed to creating 2 channels and putting your energy equally and effort into both channels and see how it goes. And even if I don't feel like I can post as often as I want to post on the Abby's Digital Nook channel, at least with this channel, I know that I can at least make one video at least once a month, and I can guarantee you guys will get at least one video of content. So that's the good thing. But I mean, you're gonna get more than that because I'm gonna be doing weekly journal videos like this, and I'm also going to be doing my once a month planner video, which I released yesterday or a couple days ago, depending on when I post this video. And so you can always guarantee you'll have my monthly planner and you'll have possibly these journal pages. Okay, moving on. I had this idea which I thought was really fun, and I think it's going to be really cool to print out and add to the end of my physical journal. Basically what I'm doing is I'm going to be tracking all of the videos that I post on this channel and all of the videos that I post on my Abby's Digital Nook. So this right here is me creating the Abby's Digital Nook tracker, and what I'm doing is I'm taking all of my thumbnails that I had from all of my videos that I've posted and turning them into like just little squares, and that way I can see them all kind of at a glance, and I can just see like all the videos that I posted for the entire month. This is going to be such a really fun visual tracker, and I'm surprised I didn't think of it sooner. I should have been doing this already, but I just feel like this is like such a me thing to do. I always like trackers. Like I use my Notion to track all my books, and I track the shows that I watch. So I was like, why didn't I make a tracker to track the videos I'm posting? But this time it's like more creative. So I thought this would be a really fun thing to add, and so I'm literally just going through my YouTube Studio and downloading all of my thumbnails and sending them over to my iPad. And what makes this really cool is that like when you see them all like cohesively like this, you're able to see how often you post as well, like at a glance. So I can be like, oh my god, I didn't post anything for that 1 week. And also it's kind of motivating. So like, let's say you had a goal that you wanted to post at least 4 videos a month. Then your goal is to just see like all 4 videos like in a row or something like that. But then if you haven't posted all 4 videos, then it kind of will motivate you, or would at least motivate me to actually like get up and create the video and post it so that I can fill up my calendar. So my calendar just looks really full and fun. And I don't know, I'm just really excited at the end of the month to see how this turns out. I haven't included YouTube Shorts on here because you don't really make a like thumbnail for the YouTube Shorts. But if I did add YouTube Shorts on here, I feel like this would actually be filled out a lot more. But I'm gonna stick to the main channel videos. I feel like those are more important because those are what essentially create the stats for your channel, like your watch time and well, your watch hours, sorry, and then also your subscriber count, all that kind of stuff. So your main channel videos are more important than your YouTube Shorts. Those are just kind of, in my opinion, like fluff or promotion, or I think of those as ads for the main channel video. Occasionally I will post like just fillers, like little behind the scenes or like additional things that come to mind, but for the most part I use YouTube Shorts to promote the main video or cut up the main video into smaller sections so you guys can just digest smaller parts of the video if you don't want to sit and watch a long video like this one. But yeah, I think this is just a really fun idea. So I wanted to show you guys. All I've been doing is taking the thumbnail and I'll size it to the size of the box. If there's like too much information I don't want to get cut off, I'll just drag the base of the image and stretch it out to the edge of the square, just like I did in this one. So obviously it doesn't look like it's a real wood, but I just wanted to fill up the space so it wasn't blank. Or I'll just scale up the whole image and have it just kind of take over the whole box and then crop out pieces. I'm also adding in videos that I have scheduled as well. So I happen to be ahead, which I feel like super proud of, that I have created so much content. So on the weekends, on Saturdays, I'll usually spend that entire day just back to back to back to back batch filming as much as I can. And that way I have a huge library of content that I just need to sit down and edit. And the goal is to just make 52 videos. 52 full fleshed out videos and schedule them, and then I at least have one upload a week. But then I get to the thing of like, oh, then I'll have to spend time like changing the scheduled date and moving it up if I want to post 2 videos in a week or two videos in a month. But the plan is to have at least one upload every single week, regardless of what's going on. And as you can see, I've already got a ton that I've been posting in January. January, I think, is like the most creative month for me usually overall. So it's a great time for me to just get out all my creativity, because I have a long list of things that I want to post anyway. So I'm just getting it out my system, guys. I'm getting it out my system. All right, so we're moving on now to, this is going to be a quick scrapbook page. So it was my mom's birthday, and we went out to eat brunch on her birthday at this place called Armature Works in Tampa, Florida. And it's basically this giant food hall that has like maybe 25 different restaurants inside of it, and you can like purchase food from any of those places and then sit anywhere, and they have an outdoor courtyard, and they have like, it's just really cute. They also have an indoor dining center as well, and it's really fancy. They have like places outside where you can just relax or walk your dog, or like it's a really cool spot. So if you've never heard of it, or if you're in Tampa, you should definitely check out Armature Works. But yeah, they also have a bunch of bars. They have a nightclub. They have a couple like proper sit down restaurants where you need to kind of dress up, wear suit and tie type of restaurants. And then they have event spaces where people hold weddings and all that kind of stuff. So they had this restaurant that we went to, and for the life of me I cannot remember the name of it, but we went to this restaurant, and they had brunch on Sundays. So we went and had brunch there, and the food was great. But honestly, if I'm being honest, I'm gonna tell you a little story time as fast as I can. So we went there. As soon as we got there, it was really hot. Obviously, I'm in Tampa, so it's always hot. And my mom wanted to sit outside, so we went and sat outside. And there was only one table that was free, and that one table didn't have an umbrella over it. So I was literally sitting in the direct sun, burning. And so and what's crazy is my mom was like, why didn't they just bring the umbrella and put it over our table? So she asked them to go and get an umbrella and bring it over our table. So that was one thing. She was like, I can't believe they just sat us here in the direct sunlight and didn't give us any shade. And then the second thing that happened, which is absolutely insane, is that when we were done eating, their entire machines went down for everything, and they were like, oh, we're so sorry, our machines are down, we cannot take any payments right now. And I was like, what? And so they said, what you can do is give us your card number, write it down on a piece of paper, give us your card number, and I promise we will as soon as our system's back up, we will manually put in your thing. My mom was like, oh hell no, there's no way I'm giving you my card number and leaving it on a piece of paper and just going on my merry way. There's no chance in hell I'm doing that. And so the entire restaurant, there was like at least 5 or 6 different families that were sitting there waiting for this thing to come back up, because we couldn't like pay for our meal. And so in the end they were like, oh, you know, we can take cash and we'll just manually put it in. Obviously we didn't bring cash because no one brings cash anymore. Like, we're in a society where everything's digital. So I had to leave the table and go to find an ATM machine. So my mom and my daughter stayed at the restaurant and I left to go find an ATM machine and take out cash. Bear in mind, I didn't know how much the meal will cost, so I just had to take out a big wad of cash, hoping that it was enough to cover the meal. And then they were finally able to calculate like what my meal cost, and then we paid them cash and went. But I just thought that was just like the craziest thing ever, because when they asked for us to leave our card, it wasn't our server. He was the sweetest person ever. He was like, yeah, they're asking everyone to like leave their card number, but I don't blame you if you don't. And I was like, that's for sure, there's no way I'm leaving my card. And so then the manager came over and was like, oh, trust me, you can leave your card, we're really trustworthy, don't worry. I was like, there's nobody here that I trust, I'm sorry. And then he was like, we were like, we're not doing it. And so he was like, okay, I can escalate to my supervisor. So the manager had a person above him, and he came to the table and tried to say, oh, trust us, we can leave our card with us. And I was like, you guys are all mentally ill, because nobody's doing that, nobody. But yeah, overall the food was great, and she did end up having a pretty okay time. So my mom is Jamaican, and Jamaican moms never are satisfied at restaurants. Like, there's always something. The food is not up to par, the coffee is cold, the food is only lukewarm, it should be piping. Like, there's always something. So every time we go to a restaurant, I expect the complaining to happen of some kind. She did. She was like, first it was the menu, she wasn't sure, like she was like, oh, I don't know about all this food, but she enjoyed the coffee, so that was a plus. But yeah, it was a really nice little sweet outing, a girls' day, me, my mom, my daughter, and as you can see, that's her in the picture. So we went and we took photos. So this is me just kind of quickly journaling a couple things that happened and a couple things that I wanted to kind of highlight. But what I'm actually going to be doing is writing about it physically in my journal, so I left that space in the middle for me to kind of write about it. But I added in pictures of things that happened, so like photos from that day, and I took my Kobo with me and I was reading books, and it was just a really nice like experience. So yeah, this is my journal spread page. And so now it's time to flip back. We are done with week 1 of January. This is just a blank page that I haven't filled out yet, but I still need to do the visual tracker for She's So Tech, but I will do that on another day. So yeah, this is how my January week 1 looks. This page was me planning out all the videos I was going to do for She's So Tech, and I never actually stuck to that plan, but I kept it in there because it's part of my planning history. So, you know, it's just something to look back on, despite the fact that the entire month is totally different now. So we've got that, my goals page. I didn't really do that many goals in the first week because I'm gonna put goals and intentions again near the end. We've got that page that I just did, and now we've got everything set up for week 2. So this is how the final spread turned out. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I'm so glad that I made this layout like this, because it just allows me to come up with a different creative element for each day or each day of the week. And then for my 2 main channels, I decided to do spreads for each one that represents the thumbnails. So I have the thumbnails of everything for Abby's Digital Nook, which is my book channel, where I talk about books, cozy things, my Kindle, my Kobo, and I'm going to be adding tech in there as well. Then this is the spread for all of She's So Tech. So these are all the videos that I've posted on this channel so far this year. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please go ahead, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're brand new to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next journal spread, which will be week 2 of January, and I'll be posting it again this week. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.